the real reason Freddie Gibbs can't stand Currency. Now, we know project just released with him and Alchemist, which was very good. I enjoyed it, loved it. We talked about it on the show.
Alfredo too.
Appreciate you. But he was in a conversation with the Butcher Block podcast, and he detailed his beef, the beef he has with Currency, kind of explained that most of his issues were coming from Currency's inability to promote the Fetti album, which I also thought was great. It was produced by the Alchemist as well. So let's watch this video clip and then we'll discuss.
We did Fetti.
I love
great.
Fetti. I love Fetti.
Love that.
Man, that shit was crazy. Yeah.
To this day, as a person. But when it comes to business, you a bitch ass. If I tell you we about to do something, we gonna do it, brother. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, okay, we gonna do this together, bro. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So for a month, like, have you get Alchemist to do an album, have you do artwork, get everything together. It's my time. I'm gonna do a roll. I did the whole rollout for that Fetti shit. That nigga, I did the cover. The whole idea was mine. It was like, yo, let's just rap on these Alchemist beats and get out. So I was like, all right, the whole business, lackadaisical. And a month.
So, after watching that video, the question I pose is Freddie justified for holding Currency responsible for his perceived for the perceived underperformance of the Fetti record? I'm coming to you first, Oreo. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been in situations just as an artist, like, especially collaborating with someone and having different, the mindset to approach it. It's frustrating, when you have someone that is not pulling their weight. You're doing it. You seem like you're just doing everything, just trying to keep the ship going. So I totally understand where Gibbs is coming from. I think it's, navigating, doing this thing, they've been doing it for forever. And I think it's important, when you're collaborating with someone that, come on, let's do it together. This is important, I've been there though, where you're like, come on, what the like, like, come on, I'm doing everything. I'm doing all the admin shit. I'm doing the artwork. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. So I totally get it. Yeah, frustrating.
Say their names. Say their names.
Oh, man. No. I'm just saying, I feel like we've all been there, collaborating with different people and making sure everyone's on the same page. It can be frustrating when it seems like you're just doing everything yourself.
I mean, he alluded to he was the one that did the artwork, the concepts. They even had a remote.
To be fair.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
When he talked about the artwork, I kind of chuckled a little bit because the artwork is basically just is a yellow cover with the Fetti and like Times New Roman on it. You did the artwork, my brother. Okay, that's cool.
We can tell.
No, but that album is amazing.
Yeah.
And it sucks that they didn't, get on the same page with promoting and whatnot, man. But you got to manage your expectations. We've all been there, bro. I've been Currency in that situation, and I've been Freddie in that situation. So you know what I'm saying? You got to give I say you would give your homie grace, and you wouldn't use it as an album rollout. That's just me though. But he's got a genuine gripe, I think. You know what I mean? If you had expected your man to come through and do some things, you know what I mean? Like he didn't come through, then it's gonna make you feel a certain type of way.
Yeah.
What you think, Jay?
The thing is, when you think you're doing a collaboration a lot of times and you think, okay, we're in this together, you're not expecting to play the role of, like the manager and you're the person's you don't feel like saying, come on, man, do this. Or like you see that sitting over there, like, pick it up, like, I don't know if anybody's ever been in a position where they managed any type of staff, whether, in their professional life, or I know you guys know about that as far as like, getting this Trees Festival underway. And, sometimes you're like thinking, why do I have to tell you to do this? But then you're just in a mindset to where like, I have to tell people to do things, and if you think this is 50-50 us coming together as far as the lyricists on this album, of course you can't say, because Alchemist is going to do what he does. You're the faces of it as the MCs. It's like, come on, man. Like, could you at least do this thing for me without me having to ask you more than twice? I think that's the frustrating thing that comes into play with a lot of people who are in groups. Like that's part of why you don't see rap groups anymore, because there's always going to be somebody who feels like is always like, let's go. And there's going to be somebody like, oh man, we'll get to it. And that's not. If you put any group, rap group, R&B group, rock group, you put them in a room, there's going to be somebody who they say, if you interview him separately, who's going to be like, oh man, that dude is not, he just shows up and and is getting the money. Like I saw something that was crazy where like, you know, because you know that as performers, Boyz II Men is 3 people right now.
Yeah.
You know, to take it to the R&B world. But, you know, there's a 4th dude who had like a medical issue, but, you know, he one time wanted to show up because there was a big bag happening in Japan. And he was like, yeah, he didn't come to any of the rehearsals. He didn't do this. He didn't do any of the prep work, but he wants to show up to go perform in front of, you know, 20,000 people in Japan because there's money involved, you know? And so like, that's where sort of the resentment comes in, even from people who call themselves brothers and who have a genuine love for each other. You know, this is almost why sometimes it's hard to work with people that you care about, you know, whether it be family or close friends, is because anything involving business will tear you apart, which is why I'm glad that you guys are still cool.
Yeah, no, that's all. Yeah.
But Freddie's also from the crib, so we riding with Freddie.
100%.
Yeah, we literally just said this last week. I
Straight
have
up.
a Midwest, Indianapolis, Indiana period as a whole bias, and I'm not afraid to admit it. So
Yeah.
when it comes to anything, I'm around with Freddie. But we're talking about Currency here. Currency drops what, 4 to 6 projects a year. So when Freddie was talking about, you know, when we were having conversations, like, hey, let's just do the music and put it out. I can see Currency doing that because he's constantly just, I'm gonna put something else new out. He don't promote nothing. I just look up and it's a new Currency album. You know what I'm saying? So, but I understand where Freddie is coming from because I feel like Freddie is the type of person that holds grudges. You know what I'm saying? And it shows in his music with anybody he's ever beefed with. You're going to hear about it. They might make up in the end, like him and Jeezy. He was like going at Jeezy. Jeezy really didn't say much to him, but Freddie was letting it be known like, hey, I don't rock with you because of the business end of it. And it didn't work out how it was supposed to work out. So I understand where he's coming from. And I mean, it's sometimes it's kind of about reading the room and knowing who you're working with and knowing what you're going to get from them. And Currency is, to me, more of a relaxed, cool, even play. All right, we just going to do it and
Organic.
Yeah,
organic.
let the music speak for itself.
Let the music.
I feel like on the other side of that too. Yeah, you're just like I'm wanting to create, make music, and let the public decide whatever. You know what I mean? See how it goes, or let it free.
Yeah,
on to the next. Yeah, I've been in that way as an artist as well. You know.
Yeah, and I don't see Freddie. I think Freddie sees every release as a moment, and the moment wasn't capitalized on when Fetti came out. So he feels a certain type of way about it. And I think it's warranted, man, because a lot of people were upset that he called Currency out on this last album. I'm not mad at it. I mean,
That's
because
what he do.
if it's true, he didn't even really slide him like that. He really just was like, hey.
He gave him a bar.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I think it was warranted. I ain't mad at it at all, man. It is what it is.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Lone, you got anything to add or?
No, I think I would double the sentiment of like, you kind of got to meet people where they are sometimes. You know, some people's role is to be the producer. Some people's role is to be the lead. Like I've been in groups, you know, and the Hinks Jones, the way that dynamic was, I initiate and Grits comes through and does what he does. He's not an initiator, you know what I mean? And as long as he can, as long as you tell him where he needs to be, he's gonna show up and do the thing. But sometimes it takes a specific type of person to be able to lead somebody like that as well. And I don't know if Gibbs is that person.
Yeah.
It also kind of seems like they probably didn't have too tight knit of a relationship before. They probably knew each other to some degree, you know what I mean? But you know, this seems just like a clash of like personalities a little bit, not necessarily like understanding exactly where Currency was and what he was doing, you know, but I agree with Terry, but at the same time, like, I don't think Currency's probably tripping. Like, it doesn't seem like he's the type that would really care. I don't know.
He'll smoke a blunt and buy another car.
Streams on Fetti just went up though, I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Smart business move.
Yeah, right.
At the end of the day, it works for both of them.
Absolutely.